Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to my little interview with Susan Dunn. She is the managing director of Belgrave agency at Nanny.ie. Susan, welcome. It's lovely to see you.
Thank you, Sam. Thank you for having me on.
Do you know what? It's funny because I used to be an au pair in Paris, and when I saw what you do, I was like, oh my goodness, I wish you'd been around when I was back then doing that. And so you're around a good while. Tell us a little bit about Nanny.
Absolutely. So I started the business 29 years ago. It has grown. So it's a very long time. So we're celebrating my 30 years next year. Exciting. I started off the business. I first of all tell you how I got the name. So the name Belgrave Agency materialized from where I set up the business from my bedroom of my house or my parents' house in Belgrave Square, Munster.
Ah,
So that's where the name came from all those years ago. And the business has evolved and changed so much, as it does with all business owners. But what we do is we offer a high end service, offering professional nannies into the home for parents who are out working full time,
hmm,
who need the peace of mind that a professional nanny is coming into their home, looking after their young infants. Obviously, a nanny is a little bit more cost effective when you've got two or three children, because
yeah.
obviously they will look after all of the day and the routine and the schedule.
Well, you know what? I remember, being an au pair I know au pair is totally different, but actually, there you go. What's the difference between an au pair and a nanny?
I will tell you. So there's lots of terminologies, but let's just stick to that question. So an au pair is somebody coming from overseas. They will be normally a young student, just finished school, maybe sort of 18 to 22 on age. They're coming to be part of a family and they only work part time. So they don't have any qualifications or training in childcare. They're there to help a mom and work alongside a mom. That's
Right.
what they should be doing. And it's only normally 20 hours a week. Whereas a
Okay.
nanny is somebody with they're fully qualified and trained. So they've gone off and finished school, gone on to do a childcare course. It could be 2, 3, 4 year course. And that would be involved in all aspects of childcare, the nutrition down to everything to do with a young infant, a young child. So there's a huge difference, I suppose. An au pair is a wonderful opportunity for a young girl, especially going overseas, wanting to learn Spanish, Italian, or come over to Ireland and learn English. Whereas a nanny is obviously in situ and they're working normally 40, 45, or 50 hours a week.
Ah, okay. So, and how did you like, were you a nanny yourself?
I absolutely. So when I left school, I did something completely different. Then I did a complete turnaround. And I've always been, I mean, if I see a child or a small infant, I'm drawn to them, you know. So it was something that came easy to me. And I ended up actually working for a nanny agency a long time ago that no longer exists. It was Poppins.
Ah,
And I
that's
worked with
fabulous.
them.
Oh my
No
God.
way, Sue. And I worked for her and I had got various jobs here and with a lovely family where I travel with them. And that's where the idea came about. And then I then decided to open up the agency and be the other person on the other side.
Wow. So well done. And yeah, that's so funny. Yeah, that was the same pe people I went through. And I know for maybe a potential nanny that's watching, let's say, what is it that you're looking for, or does it depend on what the family tell you they're looking for?
I want a nanny who's, we've obviously lots of candidates applying to the agency. What I'm looking for are people who are passionate about what they do, that are going to offer longevity. They're not doing childcare for a quick duration. They're here for the long term. It's what they love doing, and they want a long term position with a contract, and that they've got consistency on their CV and they have training.
Yeah. The training's a huge part of it. I know you do first aid courses and stuff as well,
Yes.
pediatric first aid courses. And oh, maternity nurses, that's a new one that's becoming popular as well. Tell me a bit about that.
Absolutely. So, maternity nurse is we have this great service where a mom is due a newborn baby. She's coming out of the hospital. And once you leave that hospital, it's very daunting. You go back home, you open up your door of your house, and you're like, oh my God, I'm on my own. And, it's the sleep deprivation. And it's also if you didn't have the family support around you. So if you're not from Dublin, or if you are from overseas, you need that help. So
Mm.
a maternity nurse will come in. They'll work 8, 10, or 12-hour shifts during the night time and will look after your young baby and infant during the night. So do all the feeds, the sleeping, and help you stretch the feeds, but also give you advice and support.
Oh my, I think we should all have one of those.
I
All
think so.
all of us. Oh my goodness, that's amazing. So and what about childminder? What's the difference there?
Again, the childminder is a term that's generally used when somebody's minding children in their own home.
Okay.
So where the family are dropping their children to their house. Now,
Mm.
sometimes a childminder can be used when they're only working part-time. So they
Yeah,
might only be doing aftercare, but that's the main difference.
that's amazing. So for people that are watching, I know you have you have a jobs board on your website. So it's nanny.ie, is that right?
Yes, that's right.
And then for people that maybe parents, potential people that might want to hire a nanny, what's the biggest fears that people come to you with? Like, would there be a certain amount of, a little bit afraid to hire a nanny or what do
I,
you think
you know
about?
what? I think the whole thing around childcare is that sometimes people don't know where to go.
Yeah,
They know they need childcare. They're trying to work out in their mind, what do I actually need? So that's where we come in, where I would come in and I would talk to them and give them the practicalities around it.
mm,
So it's explaining all their options, explaining the costs, explaining what the nanny does for them.
yeah,
And I think that's the main thing is getting advice, support, and looking at a very practical sense. The mom going back to work, very daunting. They're finished their maternity leave, they're going back into their workplace, and then they're allowing, they're looking at their options. So obviously nanny coming into their home is wonderful in the sense that it's a little bit more seamless, it's less stressful.
yeah. And you interview the nannies for them, or what way
I
does that
do.
work?
I meet all the nannies in person. It's very, very important to me. I feel, I would interview every day, every week, and I will know very quickly within 5 or 10 minutes whether I'm taking that nanny on with my agency. I'm going to, obviously, if I'm going to be placing them with a family, I'll know 5 minutes, 10 minutes max. So I'm very, very strict. I always look at that nanny and say, I hire them.
Yes, very good. Brilliant. So for anyone that wants any further information, it's Susan at nanny.ie and the website if you want to go and check it out. And it's Belgrave Agency.
Belgrave Agency, nanny.ie.